Hello, everyone.
ZHAO.
I'm Chuang. Let's draw a Caudipteryx, a notable feathered dinosaur. This dinosaur had a unique body shape, thin and tall overall, resembling a giant vase. It had very long legs, an elongated neck, a small head, a fan of tail feathers, and small wings. We should highlight these physical features while drawing. Usually, we depict animals in a horizontally extended composition. To draw an animal that can stand quite tall, we can have it lean forward while walking. Imagine a scene with bushes or obstacles overhead, where it leans forward to look for something. In this pose, we can display how its two legs stride forward. Regarding the tail fan, we should focus on its shape, which features feathers on the left and right sides, both tilted downward. Therefore, we can choose a slightly sideways angle and spread the fan to help showcase this distinctive feature. Now, let's get started. Compose the picture first. Use several dots to outline its small head. The neck should be elongated and drawn in a curved shape. This motion will cause its back to protrude, somewhat like an ostrich foraging. Then, add two small wings, the upper arm, and the forearm, about this length. None of these bones is very long. Next, pinpoint the three claws, the thumb, and the index finger. There's also a tiny, short claw that's invisible. Its thumb had a large claw that curved inward. The two wings form a shape similar to someone holding a basketball. Roughly outline their shapes. The chest should be in this position. After that, let's sketch the legs, using faint lines or dots. Mark the knee, followed by the calf, ankle, and foot. Then, the other leg. Now, draw its short tail. Its tail would tilt upwards slightly, and had a broad, ironic fan of feathers. At this point, the outline begins to take shape, revealing the appearance of this animal. Next, let's start adding details, beginning with the mouth. This part is the nostril. It had a very small, pointed mouth, a tiny triangular beak. Its eyes are positioned in this area, with protruding bones above them that provide shade. The eye is about this size. Here is its lower jaw. And the front part of the upper jaw has a few teeth, which we can sketch roughly. Then, the very small chin. From this point backward, the animal would be covered in feathers. Be sure to capture the fullness of the feathers. Draw the feather boundary behind the eye. Define the outline more clearly. Add more shadows on the underside of the belly, and roughly sketch the outline of the arms. Then, Draw its claws. They are the second digits. The third digits are very short and buried in the feathers, so we can't see them. The fingers can be partially covered with feathers. When drawing, try to reference both sides as much as possible to minimize mistakes. Then, add some short feathers along the entire contour of the arms. Here come the long flight feathers. The feathers closest to the fingers are quite short, then they gradually become longer toward the inside. This area is for the secondary flight feathers that are attached to the forearm. They are very short. Add details to the primary flight feathers first, which grow from short to long. Add the gaps between the feathers. The same goes for the other side. The two wings may not be perfectly symmetrical, as they might move slightly to maintain balance while walking. Next, draw the secondary flight feathers. On the feathers, add some spots, a feature supported by known fossil evidence. These wings might have had relatively large spots like this. When viewed from underneath, the spots look lighter, which can be shown with dashed lines to create a shadow-like texture. The third digit is very short. Let's draw these feathers. Afterwards, outline the entire torso. Add some spots to the secondary flight feathers as well. Now, we move to outline its legs. From this angle, the calf is right below this point. The legs are pretty long, so even with the wing partially covering the leg, a large part still remains visible. Lightly add some feather details to the leg. Then, draw the foot and toes. Like most theropods, it had 3 weight-bearing toes for walking, along with another toe that stayed off the ground. One notable feature of its feet is that among the 3 weight-bearing toes, the middle one is the longest, much longer than the 2 on either side. The first toe is hidden from view, and the second is partially blocked as well. Next, let's draw the other leg. Here's the ankle. For this leg, we'll start by drawing the first toe. Same as most theropods, it had 4 toes on each foot. The first toe was lifted during walking, and didn't touch the ground, so its claw remained sharp and unworn. The claws of the other toes would appear more worn and blunt. Remember to emphasize that the middle toe is very long, while the toes on either side are much shorter. Although other theropods also have longer middle toes, This feature is especially prominent in this species. Afterward, we move on to the tail. Draw the short feathers first. Its tail had 6 very long flight feathers on each side. The last few may be arranged sparsely, with a spreading form. Then, depict the feathers on the opposite side. These resemble 2 unfolded fans. The feathers at the rearmost are the shortest, gradually increasing in length. Add some spots to the feathers. Spots have been found on the tail of Caudipteryx, and they are numerous and neatly arranged, similar to the patterns often seen on the tails of many living birds. Now, add spots to this side, resembling the markings on some pheasant tails. Then, add the rachis to the feathers. Incorporate feather texture to create a sense of volume, adding more detail as the feathers extend downward. The upper part, lit by light, can be left blank. Use these feathers to emphasize its round, three-dimensional look. Caudipteryx was a slender animal, but with its extensive feather coverage, it still appears quite plump, just like many modern birds. On the underside of the belly, use feather texture to add shadows that follow the feathers. On the front part of the wings, draw some layered feathers. Next, refine the drawing by adding more details. For example, add shading beneath the feathers to increase contrast, making the animal appear as if it's walking in natural sunlight on a clear day. Add shading to the part where the wing blocks the leg. The other leg is also in shadow. Then, enhance the feathers with additional details. Complete the facial details with extra touches. Similarly, shade the wing on this side. Like many theropods and birds, its feet had large scales on the dorsal side. The toes also showed this structure on their surface. Remember to include all these details. Then, lightly sketch the ground to create the affected casts a shadow. Finally, review the drawing to ensure no part is missing. Such as adding more feathers to the neck where there's too much blank space. In this way, we've finished drawing this Caudipteryx.